The relationship that taught me patience. Patience is one of those virtues we often overlook until life forces us to practice it. We all think we know what patience is. It's waiting in line at the grocery store. It's sitting in traffic. It's dealing with the little annoyances that come with everyday life. But real patience, the kind that transforms you, is a different thing entirely. It's the kind of patience that comes from deep within. The kind that asks you to wait, to trust, and to understand that not everything happens on your timeline. I met him at a time when I thought I had everything figured out. I was focused on my career, my goals, and my own personal growth. I didn't expect to find someone to share my life with. I wasn't looking for love, and certainly not for anything that would take my focus away from my ambitions. But then he came into my life, and suddenly, everything changed. At first, it was easy. It was exciting, new, and everything felt like it was falling into place. But as time passed, I began to realize that this relationship wasn't going to be as simple as I had hoped. He wasn't perfect, and neither was I. We had our differences, our misunderstandings, and our challenges. And with each passing day, I found myself feeling frustrated with how slowly things were progressing. I wanted things to move faster, to get to the point where everything was clear, where we could be together without question. But he wasn't ready to move at the pace I wanted. And that's when I learned the first lesson about patience. Real love doesn't rush. It doesn't demand instant results or immediate answers. It asks you to trust in the process, to believe that everything will unfold in its own time. At first, I fought it. I pushed for things to move faster, tried to force our relationship into a mold that I thought it should fit. But the harder I pushed, the more it slipped away from me. And that's when I realized patience wasn't just about waiting for someone else to be ready. It was about waiting for myself to be ready, too. It was about giving ourselves space to grow, to understand each other's needs, and to build something solid and real over time. I learned to stop rushing. I learned to stop pushing for answers before we were both ready to give them. I learned to listen, to be present, and to trust that the relationship would develop naturally without me forcing it. And as the months passed, something beautiful started to happen. The relationship grew deeper, not because we tried harder, but because we allowed it to happen in its own time. We took the time to understand each other, to learn about each other's hopes, dreams, fears, and insecurities. We allowed ourselves to be vulnerable, to show the parts of ourselves that we had kept hidden. And in doing so, we built a bond that was stronger than anything I had imagined. The patience I had to practice wasn't just about waiting. It was about learning to trust. Trusting in the relationship, trusting in him, and most importantly, trusting in myself. I had to trust that love would come in its own time, that it didn't need to be rushed or forced. And that trust, that patience, changed everything. Looking back, I realized that patience was the key to everything. Without it, our relationship wouldn't have grown into what it was. It taught me that love isn't always about instant gratification. It's about being willing to wait, to learn, and to grow with someone. Even when it's hard, even when you're frustrated, even when you want to move faster than you're ready to. Patience isn't just a skill. It's a practice, a mindset. It's about accepting that not everything happens on your timeline, but knowing that the right things will come at the right time if you're willing to wait for them. And that's what I learned from him, from this relationship. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about trust, understanding, and knowing that love, when it's real, will grow at its own pace. I am Lucy, and this is Unsaid Love.